wasn't yours. I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back, I'm going back to who I was before. I like me better, I like me better.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you can see by the title, today I am talking about things that technically I learned in my 20s. I just wish I learned them sooner. And you know, if it reaches one person who's like, you know what, never thought about that, never realized that, then the video was worth it. So let's go. Okay, so if you are new here, you don't know, I will be 31 in a little, December 1st. I'll be 31 in a little over 2 months. My birthday is Valentine's Day. So I am completing my first year of my 30s. That in itself deserves its own video. But, you know, I was thinking about it recently, about especially things that I learned, like I said, my late 20s-ish that are really sticking out now that I'm 30. And I was gonna say, I wish someone had told me sooner. All of them, I kind of really just learned through experiencing. And I probably was told earlier, but y'all know what it's like when you're young. You can't tell young people nothing. It goes through one ear and out the other. So I probably was told what some of the stuff that I'm about to say. And it was just kind of like, okay. But, you know, I know the age ranges that follow me, stuff like that. So like I said, if it hits one person, cool. First one is self-care. I'm not just talking, you know, the 10-step routine or the little pampering stuff like that. Baby, your mind, your body, your spirit, all of that. It doesn't get stronger as you get older. I would say maybe your mind, but even then, we can literally see it as people age. They get more and more fragile, especially their bodies. If I have a child, it's starting fresh out the oven. I'm telling you right now, start the routines now. Start taking care of your skin now. Start taking care of your body now. You know, I would consider myself someone who is pretty active. I used to do the gym Monday through Friday. Now it's just Monday through Thursday. And still, when I get up, knees crack, back. And I was vlogging, and I had mentioned that after Thanksgiving. It was the first year my mom let me in her kitchen. After experiencing what it's like standing that long and cooking, stuff like that, when I tell you I had the worst knee and back pain, and like I said, someone who I would consider myself pretty active. So if you aren't, especially as you get older, I feel like there'll come a time where you want to be, right? It's harder to start doing it once you do get older. Once the, cartilage in between your bones? Like once that starts wearing out, like baby, don't nobody want to be in pain and then have to start going to the gym. That's when you want to start, you know, going running and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, it's never too late. It's never too late to start. But I'm letting you know now, if you start earlier, it's going to be a lot easier for you. And it's not just, you know, going to the gym, stuff like that. It's what you're putting into your body, thinking healthier that way. I was never really the biggest like drinker or anything like that, but as of right now, like I'm pretty good on it, like altogether. It was always like, you know, I'm going out to dinner and stuff like that. You can give me a cute little cocktail. I might still get one every now and then, but when I tell you like I'm really good, like you can give me the mocktail. The ginger in it will make it taste the same. Go ahead and give me the mocktail. And like I said, it's not just the outside appearance, your skin, your body, stuff like that. Taking care of your mental earlier on is really going to help you as you get older. Journaling, if you can express yourself, if you have someone that you can express yourself to, that's not a therapist, anything like that, that's great to have friends. If you don't, therapy is also something to consider. However, that's not always the most affordable option. You and that journal. Okay, nobody come between y'all. But like regulating your emotions, trying to understand your thoughts, stuff like that, and allowing yourself the time to understand your thoughts and your emotions. It's been no secret with me. I told you guys before, I've had those moments where, you know, when things just build up and build up and build up, and then you finally burst because you just can't hold it in anymore. I had to learn to stop doing that. It wasn't helping. And, you know, not processing things when they happened wasn't helping anyone, especially not me, right? The way that you respond to certain things, the certain people, all of that are things to consider when it comes to your mental health. And also understanding that even if you do have some, I was about to say a mental health issue, some people have multiple, but regardless of the number, there's nothing wrong with getting help for it, right? There is very big stigma around mental health, and, you know, a lot of people don't want to face any mental health issues, any learning disabilities, anything like that, because of the stigma that is around it. And that's probably one of the worst things that you could do for yourself. But yeah, if you've been here for a good minute, you know that I've been through a lot, especially at a younger age. And looking back, I wish that I had that self-love for my mental, for my body, all of that at that age, because it probably would have changed a lot that happened afterwards, instead of just kind of like pushing all of it to the side and just, I'm going to continue through, be a strong Black woman. And no, sometimes I need help. Okay, next up, leave them where they had you at. Okay, I don't know what it is about me, but I attract weird people. I attract users. I attract people who are very self-centered. I attract people who are loners. And here's the thing. Yes, I do know that there are people who are just straight up evil out there. Like, there's no, oh, well, why, blah, blah, blah. No, they're just, maybe there's something wrong. No, they're just straight up evil, right? But what I had to learn over time is I attract people where it's like, something might be a little off about you, but something in me wanted to see like, oh, well, maybe they are just misunderstood. Maybe they just haven't met someone who gives them grace. Maybe they just haven't. And because of that, I have spent a lot of time dealing with people who thought it was sweet over here. And if you've been here for a good minute, you've heard the story times, you've heard how I done let people get away with a lot until I can't take it anymore. And then I, blow up, and now I'm the worst person that they've ever met. But I had to learn as I got older, no, you weird with me, you can stay right there. You can right here. And it's just so funny, like, as you get older, how you start to notice that, and you can pick up on it, and the response change as time goes on. Recently, and something else that I also attract are people who, like, they only, well, I guess that falls under user, but like, only hit me up when they need something. Only hit me up when, it's something pertaining to them, whether they need to vent or it's them celebrating something like that, right? So recently, someone, right, I started noticing that they were commenting more on my posts and stuff like that, right? And something in me was just like, that's weird. And first of all, that's pretty sad for me to think hundreds of people engage with me every single day, right? But someone I know in real life engaging with my posts, like, something, that intuition inside is like, something is off. This is not genuine. It's weird, right? So I peep it, and I notice like, they're commenting on everything that I post. They're liking stuff like that, and it's also unusual to me because they hadn't done it previously, and I've known them for a good minute, right? So once I started noticing, I was like, oh, okay, I'm not exactly sure what it is that you want, but I know that you want something, right? So fast forward maybe like a week or something later, they hit me up. And mind you, like, I haven't really spoken to the person beforehand. That's also another reason why it was weird to me. They hit me up, and within like a few seconds, they asked me for something. I'm like, well, yeah, like I said, you wanted something. So it was funny to me because the fact that I picked up on it and I knew what was coming ahead of time, like 20-year-old Shanine wouldn't have noticed it, right? She wouldn't have really thought too much of it. And then when they hit me up to ask me for something, I would have gave it to them. 24, 25-year-old Shanine, she would have noticed it, but she still would have gave it to them. 30-year-old Shanine noticed it before the ask came and said no. And I haven't heard from that person ever since. So yeah, it is okay to realize that this person is not for me anymore and just remove yourself. And there doesn't have to be beef with you doing that, right? Like, mind you, anyone that I don't talk to anymore, we fell out, whatever it is that you want to call it, I ain't no beef there, right? I had someone who was blowing up my phone, child, talking about, you the ops, blah, blah, blah. First of all, do you hear how crazy that sounds for me to even say? Imagine being 30 and you have ops. Mind you, imagine thinking I am the op and I'm in my bedroom having a Fantasia concert. Like, baby, please. I don't hate you. I don't wish the worst for you. None of that. Literally, out of sight, out of mind. Kind of started to forget that you exist, if we're being completely honest. And that goes for everybody. Friends, family, you can't cut family in me. Shit. Anybody. Moving on. If someone is very clearly looking for a reaction, and as you get older, it'll be easier for you to notice when someone is antagonizing you, someone's poking at you so that they can get a reaction. The best reaction that you can give them, the best response, is no response at all. mind you, I already think that there's something a little narcissistic about someone who is poking at you to get a response. And one thing about narcissists, and now, do I think people categorize people as narcissists a little too much? Yes, but I'm talking about the actual trait, like not, being a diagnosed narcissist, but anyone can be a little narcissistic. But knowing what we know about narcissists, baby, they hate to be ignored. They hate not to get the attention that they're looking for. They hate to be ignored. So when they're looking for that reaction out of you, I know it's hard. I know it's hard not to just lay into them, especially if you're the person who's in the right? But I'm telling you, knowing that you were poking like that, and now you got to go to sleep steaming on your burner page, just firing off those posts because I didn't say anything, I'm actually going to sleep better knowing that than if I had exerted energy into talking to a brick wall. Because really going back and forth with you, that adrenaline is going to rush off within maybe 5-10 minutes. It also depends on how long the argument is, but I can go to sleep peacefully. I didn't have to get myself angry. I didn't have to do none of that, and know that you are fuming. So I'm talking steam coming out because I said I don't care. You're looking for a response, you're gonna spend a long time waiting for it. And all of these kind of tie into each other now that I'm thinking about it. But next up, mind your business. Learn to mind your business a whole lot earlier. And I'm talking in real life and online, especially online. In real life, I feel like everyone that I'm close to knows that they can come to me if they want to get anything off their chest. You want to talk about the same situation? You don't know how people be talking about something. You're not going to keep coming to me, talking to me about your baby daddy for $18,000 if you're not going to make any decision about it, blah, 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 blah. I don't care. If you want to talk about your baby daddy for the 20,000th time, go ahead. I'm going to listen. Get it off your chest. All of that. I'm not going to go prying into what's going on with you and your baby daddy. I don't know if y'all saw it, but a couple months ago, there was a story of this woman who fell out with her longtime friend because she found out through like Facebook or something like that her friend was in a relationship, and she was just so offended that the friend didn't tell her and the rest of the friend group that she had a man. And that it was opinion after opinion after opinion, and everyone was just like, that's so weird. He must be married. He must be this, that, and the third. Why wouldn't she want it? But there was one specific video, and they used very specific wording, but it was something along the lines of, well, why wouldn't you want input from your best friend on if that's the right man for you, blah, 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 blah. And I looked at it and I was like, who died and told you that your input was the end all be all input on everyone's situation? Like, what do you mean, why wouldn't I want your input on if this is the right man for me? Do y'all be hearing what you're saying? And then the amount of people who were like, well, if you don't want me to know that you have a man, you don't need to invite me to the wedding either. And it's funny because yesterday I saw a video of this new mom where she was like, I don't let people hold my newborn, right? And people in the comments were like, well, if I can't hold your newborn when he's a toddler and he's driving you crazy, don't ask me to babysit. I mentioned a trait a couple minutes ago. I'm just saying, because do y'all hear yourself? Like, do y'all listen to yourselves when you talk? If you don't do as I say, what I say, when I say it, for every situation, then when other situations come around, don't look for me to help you then. But then we wonder why there's a loneliness epidemic. We wonder why I can't keep friends. I can't be friends. Child, you'll learn. When people start with that, I don't have friends. I can't keep friends. I can't make friends with women. And you continue being their friend, they're going to show you exactly why they don't have any friends. All you got to do is listen to people sometimes, and you can see exactly why they do not have friends, any of that. Because none of that, babe, I don't need to know anything about you, man. I don't need to. I mind my business with romantic relationships. I mind my business with platonic relationships. When you come tell me about issues that you have with other friends, I keep my thing real brief, okay? Oh, that's crazy. I ain't got much else to say after that. Family beefing? Wow, that's wild. I ain't got much to say after that. Because also you'll learn, for the most part, a lot of people, they're just venting. They're not looking for you to be, Captain Save-A, stuff like that, because they gonna be right back under them. They gonna be right back friends with them. They gonna be right there at the next family reunion. Now you feel stupid because you had a bigger battery in your back than they did. Did they ask you for that? Did they ask you to do all that? If they did, then that's another thing. But like, people get way too invested in other people's situations, And then when it doesn't work out how they wanted it to, feel like, oh, it's a slap in the face. It's when no one asked you to do that, which also plays into the why you mind your business online as well. Like, I'm not even being dramatic when I say that it is getting scary online how invested people get into certain situations. And there are things to get invested in, like, politics that are going to affect us, discrimination. Every damn day there's a new food that's recalled. So the food that we're eating, like things that affect us as a collective. Those things you want to get invested in, you want to have all these debates over, okay, cool. But like one of the best examples I could give right now is, I want to say it was last week, one content creator posted a video. She said something like, I love being skinny. It's the best thing I could ever be. I would never not want to be skinny, blah, 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 right? That's what she said. Those are her thoughts. That's how she feels. I'm not even going to discuss how I feel about what she said. I don't know that girl. I don't care, right? But I'm talking about the discourse that came from it, right? Of course, there are people who were like, what she said is stupid, blah, 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 blah. And then there were people who were like, well, she said the quiet part out loud. She said how a lot of people feel, blah, blah, blah. So there's always going to be like two sides, right? But what was scary is the response to the two sides clashing with each other. There was one content creator who shared how she felt about it. A lot of people did not agree with what she said. It should have just ended there. If you don't agree with what someone says online, block them and go about your business, right? They start reporting her page. She loses her page. She uses that page for, she monetizes that page so she makes money off of it. So there was some of her income gone. People start throwing out death threats and stuff like that. But then there was another creator who disagreed with the second creator over what the first creator said. And it turned into, oh, well, I fight in real life. I throw hands in real life. I'm not just scary online. And I'm looking at my phone and I'm like, sometimes you got to say the crazy part out loud. You got to say it out loud so you can hear how crazy that you sound. You are saying you are okay fighting with a complete stranger because you disagree with what that stranger said on the opinions of someone else who was also a stranger to the both of you. Like, why does it need your input on if Flo Milli should have a baby right now at the peak of her career? Name 5 Flo Milli songs. And that's not shade to her. I like her. She keep her as though she a strong woman. But it's the fake, oh, well, we're having these discussions because we care about these young girls and how they're ruining their careers but every time Halle Bailey releases music, it'd be crickets. Again, name 5 between Halle Berry and Halle Bailey, but name 5 Halle Bailey songs. Y'all don't care about the people that y'all be using for this discourse. You just want to have the same baby mama before marriage conversation. You just want to have the same 50-50 conversation. And as you get older, you will realize just how stupid it is. And again, remember that whole self-love thing and taking care of your mental? You will grow up and realize just how much time you wasted on. I have interacted with a lot of people over the last 10 years on the internet. And y'all know, your girl, she real slick at the mouth. She quick with them comebacks. And I don't do that as much anymore. And I say as much because, don't get me wrong, on the wrong day, you can still get it, right? But like I said, I had to learn, like, I was wasting my time responding to people who were going to be stupid anyway. And especially after this last election, I kept seeing this statistic that said something like 44% of adult Americans have a 7th grade literacy. And especially after seeing that, I definitely type it. You know what? Let me go ahead and delete that. I don't know. You got it. You got it. You can have this one. And you see how all of this ties into each other when people, they're poking. They want a reaction. How the best reaction, the best response is no response. And the last one, a little more lighthearted to end the video. I wish I had learned to do my own hair at a younger age. Right now I got about 2.5 natural hairstyles in me, and don't get me twisted, I'm gonna pay for convenience. That's another thing. If you can pay for convenience, it's okay to let other people help you, right? But if you can do it yourself, save money, all that good stuff, the girlies that can do braids, quick weaves, the installs, silk presses, their natural hair themselves, those are the real superheroes. Know how to do a little something when it comes to your hair. And again, when your hair is healthy, when you can take care of it, you feel better inside. Going back, all of these things tie into each other. And you start noticing how all of it ties into each other as you get older, the whole self-love, self-care, which also makeup. I was more so worried about the makeup part growing up. So if you got the hair down, you're not there yet when it comes to makeup, still in your early, I keep saying early 20s, but you know, late teens, stuff like that. Know how to do like a little beat, a little something, okay? Don't grow up to be that girly in your 30s on the girls trip and it's, can you do my face? Okay, well, you just like lashes, just a little something on the face. Baby, no matter how much I just need mascara and lip gloss, I don't know no woman in real life. And I said, I don't know no woman in real life when we've been going out, whether it's restaurant, club, whatever it is, for any event, who at some point did not say that they wanted something done to their face. Let's just be realistic. And I was gonna say you don't have to wear it every day, but I literally don't know any woman who wears makeup every single day. But you know, just know how to do like a little something to your face, a little something to your hair. It'll make you feel better. And yeah, y'all, that is it for this video. Definitely different type of video for me, but like I said, it was on my mind and on my heart, so I just had to get that off my chest. In the comments down below, you know, especially if you're even older, let us know some things you wish you had known earlier on. Make sure to thumbs up, comment, subscribe, turn notification bells down below. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.